it's me, Sir Paul the Gamer. We are here. We're going to watch Monday Night Raw. So, yeah. Let's watch Monday Night Raw. I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back. I'll be right back, guys. Don't worry. I'll be right back. Monday Night Raw is starting on Netflix. Live event is about to start on Netflix. Yay! Netflix. May 5th episode of Monday Night Raw. Netflix has started. So how's everybody doing? Welcome to Monday Night. Let's see what I can do here, folks. Bear with me. It looks like Seth Rollins actually made his own group last week. So yeah, it looks like it. And last week, Sami Zayn got his butt kicked. He got his ass whooped. Or you're against us. And my niece is here again. Say hi.
Hi.
What are you eating there?
Cookie.
She has a cookie, people. She loves cookies. Just like her uncle. Uncle loves cookies too. Hey, you want to give me a bite? No? Yeah, Sami Zayn got his butt whooped last week. Wow, go to hell. That's what Sami said to Seth Rollins. Welcome, people. Welcome. Hey! Kenton is kind of sick right now, but yeah, I know you want to antagonize Kenton. I know you want to antagonize Kenton. Yeah, I know, Caleb, I know. But he really is sick. He got sick. That's why we had to cancel the podcast earlier today.
Who won? Who won?
The big guy right there.
With that little movie?
Yep.
With the little guy with the open tummy?
Yep.
He win?
But yeah, he's sick, man. So yeah. Let's just give him time to heal up. Kenton's been feeling sick all weekend, so. But I did talk to him today, so.
Kenton's sick today?
Yeah, he's sick.
Like me?
Mm-hmm. Well, Roxanne Perez is gonna be wrestling Io Shirai. Oh, the new. Oh, come on. Come on, get it. Rusev and Gunther is bad face to face with Gunther. But yeah, how you doing, Caleb? How was your week? I hope you had a great week. And we're starting the show off with the heavyweight champion, main event Jey Uso. Which one? I'll get strawberry. Hey, what are you doing? See, you're gonna get hurt.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. You're gonna get hurt.
You're better playground.
My bed is not a playground. Sorry about that, guys. I've been talking to my niece over here. She's doing. Hey, Manuel, how you doing?
What's his name?
Manuel,
Manuel Crouch?
you want to say hi? Come here.
What's his name again?
Manuel.
Hi, Manuel. Hi, Manuel.
She said hi. He said hi.
Hi, Manuel.
Yeah, he heard you. He heard you.
Can I look at him? I don't know what he looked like.
Well, we can't look at it because he doesn't have a camera.
Okay. Wait, real one?
Yeah. Oh, and he said you can call it Manny.
I'm taking your picture.
Hey, don't take it.
I did already.
I can't hear you.
I'm taking it off. I'm taking the dog.
It is. It's like a Sesame. She loves Sesame Street too, so. Yeah, she loves Sesame Street also. But yeah, how are you guys doing today? I hope you're all doing fine, Manuel. I hope you're gonna have a great day at work. I don't want to hear any horror stories from the train track again. I got it from the what? Ooh, okay.
Are you done?
No, I just started, Kira. Jey Uso, heavyweight champion.
I want to play with you.
But I have to work, Kira.
Play with you.
I gotta make money to buy you toys.
Let's play.
I can't. If I can't work, I can't buy you toys.
Let's play. Let's play.
No, go get your daddy. Come on. Here. Alright? Okay, now, alright, here we go. What's to the top? I had 4 near misses a few weeks back, so what happened last? What happened? What happened a few weeks ago? Manuel? What's going on? He drives the train, I believe. I think Manuel drives the train. Yeah, I think he drives the train. Yeah, he's really underpaid. He should get paid more. No, main event Jey Uso. Yeah, I know, yeah, Caleb. So yeah, hey, Caleb, congratulations to your Pacers. Hell of a job, Pacers. Hell of a job. Oh, who's coming out? Why is Paul Heyman coming out? Jey Uso's out there, but why is Paul Heyman coming out? Oh, don't tell me it's gonna be Jey Uso and yeah, I gotta give it up to the Pacers, man. Oh, come on. Now Jey Uso's gonna be in a storyline with Seth Rollins. I think it's gonna be a Seth Rollins Jey Uso feud right now. Oh, really? Wow. Oh, so you're gonna go to the Madison Square Garden? That's nice. That's cool. Oh, okay, nice. Hey, Caleb, do you want to come on with me right now? You can't. Can't think of it. Like my coming on. But yeah, you're right about that, man. I think I do like the Cavs. Oh no, I mean we don't have to talk about wrestling. We can talk about any other stuff during Monday Night Raw. That's the glory of it. That's the glory part of it is we can talk we can talk about anything that we want during Monday Night Raw. Well, no one ain't. Jeez, man, that is that is rough. That is rough. Man, no. Now everybody is booing Paul Heyman. Yeah, people are crazy, man. People are crazy. And let me try to call Kenton. Maybe you would love to join us. Give me a second here. Let me get Kenton. Let me see if Kenton. Guess not. Yeah, P. Let's go Pacers. Yeah, I called Kenton, but Kenton's not answering the phone, so he might still be sick. And Paul Heyman is just talking about, well, just about CM Punk and Roman Reigns. So, and then want to come on for a little bit. So yeah, Manuel, can you be okay when Hunter said that he? Oh man, that that kind of mean, Caleb. That is mean. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. Paul Heyman is just going nuts. Paul Heyman is going nuts. Wow. Yeah, you're right about that. Well, yeah, I wouldn't say that old, but you know, they need to get some younger pieces. Wow, the whole audience is calling Paul Heyman a hole. Have you been? Actually, I do love train golf many. Okay. Okay. On YouTube, yes, on YouTube, obviously, right? I wonder if the gold chain that Jay Uso have on are real gold. I guess you're not a big Paul Heyman fan, Manny. Manny. You're not a good. You're not a Paul Heyman fan, I guess. Wow. Let's see what he said. Let's see what answer does James have. Any place. Oh, we're gonna have a world heavyweight champion match tonight. Yeah, but Roman Reigns is gonna come out. Roman Reigns is gonna come out and help him out. Oh, I'm a behind guy. Oh wait, one second though. Eating a Snickers bar. My dinner was great tonight, T-Red. My dinner was great. I had a great dinner. Ooh, what kind of pizza? What kind of pizza? What kind of pizza did you get? Jay, did you pay? Did you call him? Nice. What kind of flavored barbecue wings? Traditional, or did you get like extra spicy, or did you get like ranch flavor, or sweet and sour wing, buffalo wing? There's so many flavors now. Penta Pentagon Junior is gonna be wrestling tonight. Pentagon. I love Penta. Penta, baby. Let's go, Penta Junior. Boom, 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 boom. It looks like Penta's gonna be wrestling JD McBennett tonight. Nice. That sounds like a great dinner to me. And we're at commercial break right now, so yeah, not bad of a dinner. Actually, not bad of a dinner. Well, I love. I wish that was my uncle right now. Pentagon Junior is Mexican and I'm Asian. I am I am I am Asian people. I love meatballs. So what kind of meatballs did you have? What meatballs did you get? They mean nothing. He could have married it. Yeah, he could, but my my aunts are way older than Penta right now, so I don't think so. But hey, I like the idea. Taylor, you give me some great ideas for that Taylor. So yeah, guys. So this weekend is Mother's Day weekend. I hope all you guys are gonna celebrate Mother's Day with your mothers. I know I am. So all the mothers out there, Happy early Mother's Day. Mothers are the best. They really are. Here we go. Paul Heyman backstage. Paul Heyman's backstage. Yep.
He wants to do the match tonight. You were so right, Paul. I love to say, I told you so. So they can go. Do you understand? Yeah, I think so. Roman Reigns prepared for Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Seth Rollins became the biggest star in the entire industry. Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania.
Alright, man.
CM Punk prepared with unbridled passion for Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Seth Rollins not only beat Roman Reigns and CM Punk and Roman Reigns lost to Seth Rollins in the main event of WrestleMania. Jey Uso is a great champion. He tapped out Gunther. That's me. Jey Uso is not easy getting hot. But Jey Uso is not focused on Seth Rollins. Jey Uso is distracted by Logan Paul. And he's had no time to prep for Seth Rollins. But Seth Rollins, all he's focused on is Jey Uso because there's nobody left.
Okay, Paul.
And he has Jey Uso in his sights.
Yeah, whatever, Paul.
We get handed the keys to the kingdom. But the referee handed the world heavyweight championship to Seth.
Well, that's not gonna happen because you know somebody's gonna interfere in that match. We all know somebody is gonna interfere in that match. World Heavyweight Championship match tonight, boys. Penta versus JD McDonough. Are you really gonna say that's 1-on-1 because Carlito is at the outside helping JD McDonough? No, Monero, no fear. Penta Jr. has no fear, man. No fear at all. Yeah, about that, Taylor, I don't think he wants a trade. If you hear Giannis, he said he doesn't. He's sick and tired of all the rumors that are going around. And right now, it's just rumors. It's not a done deal. It's just a rumor. So. Ooh. Oh, man. Those are some hard chops and hard kicks. You can hear that. I got. If you haven't seen my last video, it's on my channel. Go check it out. If you, I would love for you guys to check it out. And if you guys could give me a thumbs up on there, that'd be great. I'm looking for. Oh man, Manny, you want Giannis to come to the LA Clippers? That could be a. That's not a bad place to go. But like I said, it's still a rumor about Giannis want to be traded. He came out and said it. He doesn't want to be traded. Ooh, what a kick to the face. But that's not a bad place for Giannis if he wants to leave. Or he might go to the Lakers. Or can you imagine Giannis on the Warriors with Stephon Curry? That would be awesome. That would be awesome. That would be awesome if he came to the Warriors. Yeah, he did say he would love to play with the Bulls. But, I don't know how true that is. Charles Barkley, we need to get all of our in a row. Well, yes. There's a lot of teams that feel the same way. Man. A lot of teams that are. All right, guys. This Wednesday, I had the opportunity. I have the opportunity to interview a Vikings podcaster. So, yeah, so you're probably going to get another interview with a Vikings podcast. And then you're going to get another interview with a WWE wrestling content creator. So, yeah. Yeah. Yep, Viking. They're gonna be a Viking. Actually, he's a big YouTuber on YouTube, and his channel name is The Paul Farrington Show. He does a podcast. He does it with two other people. It's Paul, Ziggy, and Jack. Those are the three guys on that podcast. But the creator of the podcast is Paul. So Paul is the main person that created the podcast. And he has two other co-hosts. I think they're friends. We were gonna do the interview last week, but they were too busy last week because they were actually at the NFL draft. So they told me that they could do it after the draft. So the draft is over. So they did contact me today, and we set up the interview for Wednesday. I'm not sure if I should do it live or should I record it then post it. It's up to you guys. But I think it'll be better for me to record it first and then post it later. But yeah, it's a biking. That was cool, man. That was cool. I knew about it a week ahead of the draft. Wow, man. And guys, if you know anybody that has a YouTube channel or has a podcast, let me know. Maybe I can reach out to them and get an interview. Yeah. Yeah, so Caleb, how is Tree, man? Tree is a cool guy, man. He's really a nice guy too. He really is. I did message Tree a couple of days ago to see how he was doing, and he's doing pretty good. But he said he's kind of busy. So have you seen? Yes, I did, Tater. I am a subscriber of the Outdoor Boys, and then I'm a subscriber to Outdoor Talk, his son's channel. Oh yeah, I know you do it. Yeah, you do. Wow, Penta Jr. flew over the top rope, and both of the competitors are laying outside. Why is Finn Balor out there? This is like a 3-on-1 handicap match. 3-on-1 handicap match. But the referee caught him. And they're getting kicked out. But it's going to be a 1-on-1 match. 1-on-1. No, I haven't. I might have to mention that. I might have to mention that. I might have to mention that to Tree. And I messaged 5 Bigs also to see how he was doing. And he's doing well too. That's such a beautiful moonsault. 1, 2, 3, and Tenta wins with a Mexican destroyer. No, I will. I just want to see what he says. I just want to see what he says. So, Caleb, let me ask you, how long have you known Unity Tree? Hey, Jax! Long time no see, my man. Long time no see. How you doing?
week, very selfish. I was a bad night. Playing a singles match. That's what I'm trying to go on in. And I think maybe you should have to ask for it. It'd be great for you. Great opportunity. You serious? Yeah. Calm down, dude. Let's go. Let's go. Are you serious right now? Great tactic, partner. Are you? Yeah, you're really a good partner. Look, if that's what you guys want to do, is that what you want? Fine. Austin Theory is official. You have yourself a singles match. Happy? Yes. Happy Monday. It's official. It's official, dude. It's gonna be great. Yeah. Excited about it. I think there's all day. Love this stuff.
Well, okay, whatever. Whatever, great to work. And commercial break again. I'm doing okay. Just in pain, but if I get rid of the pain, I'll be fine. Oh, Jack, you never have to apologize for that. Now. Never apologize for that. I know you're busy, dude. I know you're busy. So yeah, man. No worries. Don't worry about that, man. Don't worry about it. Reached out to you. Oh no! Go right ahead, man. Caleb, you can talk about anything on my channel, man. It's cool, man. It's cool. Hey, yeah. Let me ask you a question, Caleb. Is there any other podcasters that you know I might be able to reach out to maybe get an interview with? Yeah, I would love to get some more interviews with other podcasters or other big YouTubers. I have to pick. All right, Manny, I'll see you later, and thank you for coming in. I really appreciate that, Manny. I really do. I really do appreciate that, Manny. You're one of my regular subscribers that jumps in, so I really appreciate it.
Los Angeles hosts two epic events.
Okay. All right, so you can't publicly talk about it. That's okay with me too, man. You don't have to talk about it. I get it. I totally get it. Yeah, I totally get it.
Los Angeles. Individual event tickets on sale Wednesday with pre-sale tomorrow.
I totally get it, man.
WWE is coming to Los Angeles on Saturday, June 7th. Worlds collide in Kia Fort and Money in the Bank at Instradome. Individual event tickets on sale this Wednesday, May 7th. The Ticketmaster pre-sale starts tomorrow.
Is there any way you can help me out? Yeah, is there any way you can help me out and reach out to some of those people and see if I can get like if they have time for an interview? That'd be great. I would love to interview anybody, like podcasters or other YouTubers. I totally understand if you don't want to reach out. But I don't want to ask you a favor and make it weird. Who's the opponent for Austin Theory? Who is this? Seamus? Oh, Seamus is bad, man. Seamus. It's fine, Lord. Seamus is bad. I love Seamus, man. I love Seamus. Yeah, Jax, if you're still there, great to see you, man. Great to see you. Yeah, it is. Yeah, so Caleb. Which you have to keep up my best that I do. Oh yeah, I totally understand when people say no. I did reach out to some people, and they did tell me no. So I totally understand. I totally, I totally understand that. What do you think of the pattern that thing? I like the draft of Matthew Golden. I think he's gonna be a nice number one receiver. And I like the second round pick, the offensive tackle. He should be a great tackle, but he's a little bit raw. But he's going to be worked into the lineup. And we did take another receiver in the third round. He's like a Deebo Samuel type of guy. Yeah, you don't have. I know you don't have major pull, but I think you know more people than I do. I think you know more people than I do, Caleb. But I'm just asking. Wow, what did you? Caleb, let me ask you, what did you do to get? What? What did you do? What did you do to get Willie Shannon to block you on Twitter? What did you do? I mean, you have to do something bad. You have to do something worse to get blocked by William Shatner. I heard William Shatner was a nice guy and all. See, you never do that, man. You never do that. Okay. You in high school? Uh, Hey, let me ask you something. Uh, so you met Tree about a year ago, right? Is he paying you for all the information that you give him for his videos? You don't have to say, but I'm a little bit curious about that. Is he paying you for information about it? And what kind of stuff do you do for Tree? And we're at a commercial break. I do work. Oh, so he does pay you. Okay. That's cool. I forgot. What do you do for Tree again? Do you get all the information for him so he can do the videos? And I was just wondering, do you have a YouTube channel? Caleb? Oh, not all the info. What do you mean you cut the podcast? Okay. Okay, so wow, that's pretty cool. You know what I'm trying to get on the channel is Scooter. Yeah, if you want to come on, you can talk about it. I'm just here. I keep. Yeah, let me. I'll send you a. I'll send you a link. If you want me to jump on with the link, I'll put the link in the chat. The link is in the chat. Let me see if I have your email. I think I have your email address. Yeah. You want me to send it to your email or do you want? Do you want me to send it to the email or are you fine with the link in the chat? It's up to you. And we're still watching the match. Sheamus is dominating. Okay. So Sheamus is facing Austin Theories. Ooh, blockbuster. 1, 2, 2 count. Only a 2 count. Alright, yeah, no worries, man. No worries at all. Take your time. Take your time, folks. Yeah, guys, like I said, I'm trying to reach out to one guy one more time at that Scooter. I got an interview with every single of the dumpster fire of guys, and the only guy that I am unsuccessful of getting is Scooter. Alright, Sheamus with the white noise. It looks like it's gonna be over for a town downtown. I did reach out to Tom's dad. Tom's dad is on vacation right now, but Tom is gonna talk to his dad for me, and he is gonna get back to me. But yeah, he's gonna get back to me 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. No, 14 of those hits. I mean, I would love to get tons of that on the channel. I think it's hysterical. Oh, the bro kick is coming in. Bro kick, and it's over. 1, 2, 3. Sheamus is your winner tonight. Tonight's winner is Sheamus. What a hell of a win, that hell of a win, that hell of a win. But I'm really aiming to get Scooter. It's been like a year and a half since I tried to reach out to Scooter. Ooh, Backlash, Pentagon Jr. versus Dominant Mysterio Jr. for the Intercontinental Championship. The IC title match. It's going to be Penta and
Championship.
AJ Styles. You gotta love AJ Styles. Chad Gable.
Now's not the time. Hold on, sir. Hear us up. You saw what went down out there. You think it's awful. You also think it's now that you and America both got some respect around people. I know you see the warriors walking around here talking about wanting a shot at tags and championship, but we beat the bejesus out of them at WrestleMania somehow. What you really think is that opportunities like that need to start coming back to America. I like the way you sound. Look at him. Put down your shoulder. That's done.
Wow. All the heels are together. Becky Lynch, the man, the Becky Lynch, the man is there. And another commercial for Domino's Pizza. I am not sponsored by Domino's, so I'm not talking about Domino's Pizza. But they do have some good pizza, though. They do have good pizza, though. Domino's does have good pizza.
Nervous about the wedding? No, it's the house. You got a friend. Oh, yes. This house.
Yeah, T-Red. I can't believe how long the commercials are on Netflix. Netflix has many commercials now. It's ridiculous how. Let me take a look at something. Yeah, actually, I would love to see that match. T-Red. That could be a good one. That could be a good match.
Painter, 2-day combo tickets for SummerSlam at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. JETS. Yes.
That could
August 2nd and Sunday, August 3rd.
that could be a good match, T-Red. I'm not gonna lie about that. That could be a good match.
And tonight, Monday Night Raw live from Omaha on Netflix. Presented by Stickers. Ready? Is the man tries to win her first Intercontinental Championship?
I wouldn't mind watching that match.
At Backlash, Lyra Valkyria with the toughest title defense
So, Becky's gonna
against the multi-time women's world champion and one of the all-time greats, Becky Lynch. At Backlash.
so Becky Lynch is gonna be fighting Lyra Valkyria for the women's IC title belt this Saturday. So Becky had Becky Lynch gained a little weight, but it's okay. Man. Let's see what Becky Lynch has to say. No, Becky Lynch is the bad guy. Becky Lynch is the bad person. Oh boy, yeah. Oh no, don't worry about that. Don't worry about it, Caleb. Take your time, Caleb. Take your time. I'm just watching Becky Lynch talk about nonsense. Yeah, I'm just listening to Becky Lynch talk about whatever she's talking about. So, okay. Yeah.
Did you actually just call me recycling? Yes, I did. You are the queen of recycling. You've been recycling the same food, the same tire, and all that for years. That's fine, Becky. You do you. I don't care. What I have a problem with is you acting like you had anything to do with my success. So one thing I want to drive into your skull more than my foot is the fact that you didn't make me.
Okay.
Let me get you up to speed. It's gone a while. You went on holidays and everyone got better. You went on holidays and I made some history of my own. Oh, but you're what this championship means, right? That's what you said. That's rich considering I've attended it more days than you've shown up to work this year.
Oh, big this.
I see it so clearly. You shattered glass ceilings for women, and for that I am forever grateful. What you left all the broken glass on the ground and the rest of the locker room were just supposed to follow behind you because you never had any intention of taking anyone to the top with you. Okay, no, you were right. When I was gone, everybody else had the best year of their career. But it's only because they didn't have me to compare themselves to. No, I didn't help anybody. I don't like anybody, and it is not my job to help anybody. It is my job to beat everybody. And I am very, very freaking good at my job. In fact, I am the greatest to ever do it. And it's not just me saying I'm the greatest to ever do it. Sports Illustrated says I'm the greatest to ever do it. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how good you think you are, how good you will ever be. You will only ever be the moment after the moment. Wow. Sports Illustrated says that? No, I'm actually wrong. I take it all back. Please continue listing your achievements. Let me help you. Don't leave anything out. What did we say about Becky? Well, she was the first women's champion on SmackDown. You were the first woman to main event WrestleMania and win. You were the first Continental Champion. Oh wait, that one was me.
Well, we got Caleb coming in.
You hate it, don't you?
Hello.
You hate that this is my first ever. Well, get used to it, Becky.
How you doing, Caleb?
I hope you like second.
It seems like it's not working. Oh, chick fight. Chick fight. Chick fight. You gotta love a chick fight.
Microphone check. Wait. That fix it? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Do I have to have on my camera? Is it imperative here?
Well, it's up to you, man. You don't
Alright,
have
fine.
to.
I'll hang on. I gotta.
No, it's cool. You don't have to.
Well, I have to because no one's really made an appearance since the series ended. So I figured that if no one's made an appearance.
Yeah, nobody did it.
Why is my camera not working? What is going? Oh, here we go. There we go. Now we're talking here, Jay.
And
There we
it's
go.
working.
That's what I'm talking about. There
Yeah,
we go.
there it's working. So how
I
you
will
doing,
pull
man?
up. Been working like a fool, as you know. Actually, just finished talking with Tree. Told him I'm doing this, so he told me to tell you hello as well.
Oh, really?
So,
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
figured you get a chuckle out of that here. All right, I'm actually logging into Netflix so I can actually watch this wrestling that's happening too.
I mean, you have to watch it.
Well, I might as well. It is the wrestling that's happening here, right? So I got the NBA up on the other screen. It's
Okay, yeah.
you know,
So who's
game one
winning?
of the NBA playoffs. So it's there, game ones in the NBA are interesting because they usually are thought to be tone setting games, but the
Yeah.
truth is it's just to see whatever lineup works best against your opponent.
Okay.
So
Well, I did get a message from Kenton.
Oh, you did. Oh, you did. What did he have to say here? I'd be interested to
I
hear.
told him if he wanted to hop on, he could, but he said maybe I'm playing games. So I'm like, I don't know what that means. But
He'll come on and he will deal with the Pacer wrath. He thought he knew, but he did not know.
yeah.
I feel bad.
Well, yeah, you were positive about it.
One more time, sorry. I think I cut out on my end here.
Well, I did talk to Ken right after the game, and he said that the Bucks just blew it at the end.
The Bucks had a chance. The problem is Damian Lillard just dealt with so many injuries there at the end, and when you put your entire franchise aspirations on the back of a guy that's 34,
Yeah,
I don't think he's played in 80 games in a year in the past decade. You just knew that he wasn't going to be a durable or reliable option, and they still, they're still upset about it. My favorite is I've seen like some crazy stuff as far as where Giannis is going to go next. My favorite was an Orlando Magic fan blog. Wrote, like,
really.
this big soliloquy of like Kentavious Caldwell Pope is exactly what the Bucks need, and I just don't know where they go from here. But hopefully Kenton starts to feel better. That's what's most important.
I think the Bucks need to get a little younger.
The problem is with the Bucks is it's all about Giannis, right? So
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
they did have the right idea with guys like Pat Connaughton and such like that help spread the floor and provide that perimeter defense. The problem is Chris Middleton has just fallen completely off of a ledge and eventually got traded mid-season. So the theory is in the NBA you need 3.5 guys to win a title, and the Bucks had that third or half guy in Middleton, depending upon how you want to categorize him.
Yeah.
And he's gone. It got replaced with Kyle Kuzma, who I
know
some NBA scouts that don't have anything positive to say about Kyle Kuzma. Never
I don't
say anything
either.
positive about Kyle Kuzma in a decade.
He's
awful. He was 0 of 5 from the field in game 1, so if that tells you anything.
But the last game I saw, man, weren't the Bucks like winning that game? The last game?
It was the first time in NBA history like a team had been down 7 within the last 30 seconds of an OT game and lost. So Giannis can have that. They're very proud. Ken wants to show me that title ring all the time. Where's the title ring for blowing a 7-point lead in 30 seconds left in overtime? I want to know that ring.
I can't believe how many turnovers they did.
The problem is, look, with any super team like that, right? Giannis and Damian needed time to meld, and they just expected it to work on the fly, and it just didn't. I've always appreciated Giannis. Giannis is one of those stars that can definitely bridge the gap because people nowadays say, oh, the NBA is about threes and all that. And then you say, well, what about Giannis? They're like, oh, that's right. So I just, if you're the Milwaukee Bucks ownership group, you have to give him something. This with Dame did not work out.
No.
Whether that means you start to look at the disassembled carcass of what's going to become the LA Clippers, because there's no way they're keeping that together. The future is very murky in Milwaukee. Yeah, and even crazier part is they're keeping Doc Rivers. So whatever happens from here, Doc Rivers is the man at the helm of the ship that is the SS Milwaukee Bucks. And it is going straight into that gale storm, Jay. It's going straight to that gale storm, and it ain't turning around. It's bad.
Oh, man. Yeah, Kenton's going to have a long offseason.
Yeah, there's a lot of good fishing in Milwaukee, right? So you can just see that over the offseason. There's a
Yeah.
certain.
So where do you think Giannis will be a good fit?
It's more so the team that's going to shell out the crazy price. Yeah, I mean, you're not going to get the highway robbery that was Luka Doncic, which even afterwards, Lakers brass admitted that if Nico Harrison had asked for Austin Reeves, there would have been no deal. So Austin Reeves was technically the thing that broke that trade if, Nico was smart enough to ask for that.
Yeah.
So it also does put a barrier, because I think the Lakers have said Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves, those three are untouchable, which you kind of laugh at the phrase untouchable in the modern NBA, right? But here's the thing. What is LeBron's future after this year? So there was even rumors coming into 2020, like this season, like in November of 24, he had a statement that said, I might play 1 or 2 more years. Mm-hmm. He's got a $52 million player option coming up in about 8 weeks. And even Bronny says that his dad is a cheap man. So it's very hard to see LeBron turning down $50 million by that logic, right?
I would take half of that.
Last year.
I would take half of that.
Oh, yeah. Charles Barkley says that on national TV all the time, that even if he was getting paid $18 million a year, he would have lost weight. And then you laugh because there's no way that would have been true, because it's Charles Barkley.
Yeah, no way. no way.
He would have purchased an entire Krispy Kreme franchise. That's what he would have done with that $18 million.
Oh man, you got jokes tonight. You got jokes.
Too much. I've watched Charles Barkley too much over these years. I've seen him and Shaq yell at each other over each other's idiosyncrasies for too long.
Oh, yeah. I love those.
Too long.
I love when they get into it. It's hilarious.
But unlike Shaq, I can hold my bladder in front of an audience. So.
Yeah, the other day I was watching the inside of the NBA, and all the fans were talking about what happened at the end of the Bucks game. Somebody's father came onto the court.
Tyrese Halliburton's dad. Yeah, so John Halliburton. So right before that, him and Tyrese are getting him and his son are kind of like doing, I'm trying to get my head position, like this thing where they're holding each other's hand and like hyping each other up. And then that is where John goes over and then says something to a guy that's 7 foot. He made that decision. I'm glad that he's not going to be at any of the games causing any distractions. Clearly, it didn't matter. The Pacers won game 1 in Cleveland. So no complaints on that front. But yeah, that was absurd. The Pacers and Bucks have had a couple interesting things happen between them. I'm not sure how much you yourself know about the history, but Giannis had a 60-point game, and the Pacers gave the ball away to someone, I can't remember whose career first point it was on the Pacers. But there was like this whole thing of like who should get the ball, the guy who scored 60 points or the person that's their first ever career points.
Oh.
What would you do?
That's a hard one. I mean, both of them deserve it. It happened in the same game.
Same game. And they both happened with the same ball. So what I would say, just split the ball in half.
Oh, man.
Put it on like a wall or something and just be like, yeah, this is my half the ball.
Oh, man.
Both parties are happy. They both have the ball, right?
I wouldn't.
What else are you supposed to do? So that is one of the instances, because I believe the person who scored his first points got the ball, and Giannis was pissed that he didn't get the ball for the 60-point game. There's that. There was last year, Patrick Beverley at the end of that series threw a basketball into the crowd. And the Pacers and fighting crowds have a little bit of history. So that wasn't a great thing that Pat Bev did that. But Patrick Beverley also dodged, bombs while going to his EuroLeague game. So that guy's got some pretty tough skin. Even NBA players are like, I don't mess with Pat Bev.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's that. There's obviously the fact that the Pacers knocked him out 2 straight playoff series. There's some fun history here.
Yeah, you're telling me they had bad blood.
It feels I'm not old enough, so, and if you are, I imagine you'll help fill me in. This feels a little bit like the past few years that while he never won a title, that Giannis's career has kind of gone a little bit the ways of Dominique Wilkins.
Ooh.
Guy that was just an unbelievable guy who was on the same team.
Yeah.
But his second best player, depending upon who you want to ask, was either Doc Rivers or Kevin Willis.
Yeah.
Not defensive stalwarts, but not guys putting up 20 points a game. And if Dominique Wilkins also lost a lot of playoff series to the Pacers as well, so the similarities are rather strong. And I want to have some brevity because calling a guy underwhelming for being a guy that is Giannis put up 25 points a game, 13 rebounds a game this series. I want to be careful with that, but that doesn't mean I can't acknowledge that history might be repeating itself.
Yeah,
it's hard. It's hard,
but it's great television.
It is. The NBA playoffs is good for some things. Oh my God, it's a 2-point game in Boston. 1-point game with the Derek White 3 there. Yeah.
Jesus.
Look at that. Timeout, 2 minutes to go.
Thank
you for the Pacers hat shout out. What's up, Jay? Sorry?
I didn't watch the game last night, but did the Cavs win?
No.
Oh, Cavs lost? How bad?
It was bad. It's not great. Fans were leaving with like 3 minutes to go in Cleveland. Not a lot to do in Cleveland, so I don't know where they were leaving to go to. But they left early. TNT had the cameras ready for the exits and showed the fans leaving, and it was a good moment.
How bad was the score?
I believe the Pacers were up 10 or 12 with 3 minutes to go. They just were playing at a pace that no one outside of Donovan Mitchell could keep up with on the Cavs. Cavs are also without their starting point guard in Darius Garland, so they're on a little bit of an uphill battle themselves. But they still have the Defensive Player of the Year. They still have Donovan Mitchell. They still have Super Six-Man DeAndre Hunter. So it ain't over until the Milwaukee Bucks fan sings here. But, taking game 1 isn't bad. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it. So are you also getting a dog commercial for your WWE thing?
Yeah, I did.
And I'm a cat guy, so I'm a little bit confused right now.
Yeah, so how is Tree doing?
Tree's good. I can tell you that, there's some stuff moving and shaking behind the scenes here. So we're making sure that all of our ducks in a row for that, so we can provide some good stuff for the people that, I don't know why they watch Tree's stuff and I in the nicest way, but they do. So thank you, everybody, for doing that.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
He was good stuff, man. I got very lucky. I found him years upon years ago, like when he was when he first started doing sports videos.
Yeah, he's good people. He's good people.
He's a good dude. Definitely pulled himself up by the bootstraps and just loved talking about anything Pittsburgh Steeler related. And
Yes, he does.
sports, and then by proxy, the 2010s NBA was quite an interesting era to be to have haters guides on and all that, because there was just, you had the Golden State Warriors, you had the Miami Heat teams, or the big three Miami Heat teams to be exact. Steph. So he really had some good timing too. As far as when to come out with this stuff.
Yeah.
And the fact that ESPN doesn't even bother to talk about all of the teams anymore. Could you imagine going to a candy shop and being like, I want a butterscotch, and they tell you that the butterscotches aren't popular, they only sell chocolate pretzels? You'd be confused, right? You'd be like, well, wait a minute, this is a candy shop.
Yeah.
Why is only one type of candy?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
I mean, he's part of all the what is that clickbait podcast, right?
Clickbait Sports. Tree is the only one I know extensively. I've DM'd a couple of the other people, and I've talked a little bit with Perna. But nothing, nothing.
Yeah, for me, I talk to everybody besides Scooter.
Yeah, Tom. I've never met Tom before.
Oh, really?
No,
He's
never
a great dude too, man.
Oh, I would imagine so. Yeah, they're all. These are all people that. So I come from a very different world, right? Where the people like Tree, the people like Tom, the people like Brandon, they all had desk jobs, right? One was a teacher. Tree was involved in the food industry.
Okay.
I don't know what Perna and Scooter did before they made it big, if you will. But they all had rinky-dink jobs, right?
Oh yeah. Of course, yeah.
Yeah, coming from the field I work in, you definitely run into, when I come from traditional broadcast media, there's definitely a little bit of nepotism within that field. Ian Eagle and his son, right?
Yeah.
It exists. So it was a nice break to come to YouTube and actually meet people that were talented and got rewarded by people liking their stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when I started, I'm like, is anybody watch this?
But people do, right? And it's what keeps you going.
Yeah. But the time that I took off was when I actually met Tom. And that's when this channel just took off.
How did you meet Tom?
I was doing a live stream in the COVID era in 2020.
Yeah.
And I was just bored. I'm like, I see other people live streaming the Packers game. And I'm a big Packers fan. And at the time, I only had about 400 subscribers. And all of a sudden, in one of the games, it was halftime. And, Tom does raids on smaller YouTube channels.
Yeah.
He raided my channel.
Oh, wow.
And that night, I got over 1,000 subscribers. Just overnight. I'm like,
that's crazy.
And people kept donating money to me also. I'm like, wow. And then after that, I went back online and made a thank you video to Tom. And then Tom just sent me a DM on Instagram. And ever since then, we've been talking back and forth. He helped me get some of the guys from Clickbait to come on my channel.
Oh, so that's how you met Tree and Five, and then everyone else by proxy.
Yeah, and Perna.
That makes sense.
And the only guy that I cannot get on the channel is Scooter.
No, I've never met Scooter at all. Never
Yeah,
talked with him. Never nothing.
Right now, put the tree side and talk. They're all trying to get a hold of him to come onto the channel.
I've never even, and I've never. He's been in here and we've talked on Twitter and stuff, but I've actually never met. Even though we follow each other, I've never actually like talked to Johnny Barks before. But he seems like a cool dude in the time and like the oscillary interactions I've had with him from like the outside. I'm very lucky. Most people who I work with within YouTube are just they're just glad to talk sports. Like, nice. If you want to know a true story from back in my radio days, Jay, I worked for a major radio station in like a top 3 market, and so radio stations are soundproof, right? So there's the studio area and then there's the production area. So I was in the production area, and this guy would come in with about 5 minutes to go. And he, you just be doing it, right? You have to listen because the show's happening. He just come in and be like, I really think that Chris what the heck is that? The Boz should have won that Heisman that year. And you just be like, hey man, that's sick, but it's 2017. Why are you yelling at the top of your he talk about why like certain guys didn't win the American League MVP and stuff like that of 1968, and you just be like, hey man, I get it. I get it, but also I don't think I get it. Like, what do you say to a 60-something-year-old adult that is behaving that way? What are you supposed to say?
You can't say nothing.
No, you can't.
I mean, you don't want to disrespect the guy.
Yeah, right. And he was a nice guy, and he still works in media to this day. I'm almost certain. But like,
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Those in that field, those people stay in those jobs forever. Yeah. Come on. That's why like I'm not well versed in Packers history, but I would imagine the people that are on the Packers radio call are pretty much probably the same guys they've been for 20 or 30 years. Am I correct? Yeah. So I used to work for the I guess I'm doxing myself slightly. I used to work for the Indianapolis Indians, which they're still called that, sadly. But they're a AAA baseball team, and the current main broadcaster has been there since the 70s. He is the all-time longest tenured. Yeah, so if you want to know how dedicated this guy is, true story. So I was running the board for those baseball broadcasts 5-6 days a week. Mm-hmm. So I had like 1 or 2 days off a week typically. And so how it worked is there'd be like a 10 or 15 minute pregame show, baseball game, 10 or 15 minute postgame show, right? And each of those breaks would have about a 90-second break. Mm-hmm. In between the end of the pregame and the start of the show, the main broadcaster had a heart attack in that 90-second span. So literally the 26-year-old that he's paired up with is calling the game as this 7-year-old guy is getting resuscitated next to him. Okay. So I was talking with that 26-year-old broadcaster about it. We were giving our condolences to the older fella.
Yeah.
The older fellow, of course, in the hospital, right? And all that stuff. So I said, hey, if you want an extra voice, it happens to be my off day that day. I'll gladly come into the booth and help fill in for the main broadcaster guy. And the other guy, the co-guy, was like, yeah, sure, that works out great. So it is, let's say the game was at 6 p.m. that next day to keep it easy, okay?
Yeah.
It is 11 a.m. and I get a text from the co-broadcaster. Hey, plans have changed. What, am I coming in another day? No, you're not coming in at all. Why? The main broadcaster is going to be there. I said, excuse me? They said,
after the heart attack.
2 days, like 2 or 3 days removed from this heart attack, this 70-something, this older gentleman, I guess I should be nicer to him and not say his exact age, If he ever hears this, he might be mad that I'm technically saying his exact age. But yes, this guy, this older gentleman, was in the booth. He was not in a state to actually physically talk, but he was there. And that was 10 years ago. And I checked the other day, he is still broadcasting games. He's been doing it since, like I said, he's been calling minor league baseball so long, Jay. 20 years into his broadcasting career, he was calling Randy Johnson minor league games. 20 years into his career. That's how old this guy is. That's how long he's been involved with it.
Oh, you serious?
Oh, sorry, Pete Bo. I'm sorry. I just pulled the chat up. Thank you for the Pacers hat compliment. I apologize about that here. Sorry, I got it.
Oh, no. I'm sorry about the Pete. Yeah.
Here's the deal about the Pacers needing to win all 3 of their home games. Pacers can win all 3 of their home games, but I don't think they need to.
Really? You don't think they need to?
I think with Darius Garland's going to be out until Game 6 or Game 7.
Ooh, okay.
So, yeah, I think they'll be fine. I still think that they have to change up a few things in their rotation. They'll be okay.
So let me ask you this, Pete. In what game do you think the Pacers are going to take this series?
I guess we'll see here. Hopefully, he says Pacers in 6 if the chatter's smart here, but we shall see. They also might just be totally gone, which, my bad. I should have been looking at the chat as well, but
sorry about that, Pete. I forgot to look at the chat. I was so intrigued about that story.
Oh my goodness. I don't even remember where the heck we were at here, what we were talking about. Sorry.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that guy who was into 20 years.
Oh, yeah, that guy, the long-term baseball broadcaster. So yeah, he is still there, and if anything, to come full circle, what that story teaches me that people don't leave this field. They don't. Once you are in it, you don't leave.
You're in it for life until death.
That is what I learned about that story. Very nice guy. He's always been very kind to me, and the fact that he's been calling games for 50-something years blows my mind. Like,
that's nuts.
Yeah. You can literally, I'm giving you enough clues that you can look up who this human being is, so you know that I'm not lying to you. But he is a very real, very dedicated, for his favorite team, okay, you could say, hey, what happened with your team on June 28th, 1965 or whatever, and
he would know.
He would know.
Oh, man, dude, that is dedication right there.
Yeah, for a sport that's, you being an NFL guy, right? 16, 17 games is a lot. Let's be real. 4 months of your time every once a week is pretty rough, right?
Yeah, it is.
So then does baseball, to someone like you that's an outsider, does something like baseball seem asinine? Like the level of dedication, like to watch 162 games a year.
There's so many games. I can follow.
Well, it's every day. That's what makes it great, is it's always there.
Yeah, it's always there, but man, you know how much time it takes for me to do
well, that's the whole thing.
Football
game. The NFL commands your attention. This is where it's different. The NFL commands your attention. You have to pay attention, right?
Yeah, you do.
Versus in Major League Baseball, okay, there's a Wednesday day game of the Orioles and White Sox at 1 p.m. Yeah, it's cool. I'm just gonna go do something else, right?
Yeah.
It's just it's just that it's there, and the fact that it goes with the seasons. It is a generational lingua franca. Look, let's be real, Jay. If both of us get dropped into 1880s America, we're not going to really have much in common with the average man of that era, right?
Oh, yeah.
but we could talk about I could talk with them about baseball. I could talk with them about Home Run Baker. And I live, we live in the 2020s.
Yeah.
And as football, as hockey, as basketball all become older, those will become more true of them as well.
Yeah.
But baseball was the first. All of
Yes,
these
it
sports
was.
have copied baseball without baseball getting the anti-monopoly designation in the 1920s. Wouldn't allow the NFL, the NBA, NHL, MLB itself
Yeah.
to all be where they're at today.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Which, by the way, did you see that there's an NCAA sponsored sports book now?
Is there really?
Yeah. So the NCAA is now given. This was a Friday news dump. If that tells you anything, Jay. In order to combat some of, have you seen the issues at like University of New Orleans, Iowa State, Iowa, Temple?
Yeah, I heard of it. Yeah.
Okay, University of Alabama baseball. Okay, so in order to combat some of those instances that have been happening, what they've just Major League Baseball. Sorry, the NCAA has been trying to get player props banned, but has had minimal success with it from a congressional perspective. So what they've just decided to say is, screw it. If you're a sports book and we are licensing your rights to you, there's going to be some rules that you got to follow, and one of them is there's no player props for college athletes, but that's only for the licensed books. It's still going to exist on offshore books and all that shit, unfortunately. But yeah, they claim that they're getting ahead of it, but some part of me worries that how could they not just easily brush a story under the rug if they're both working together at this point?
Yeah. Jeez.
Do you want to know the thing that's got me laughed out of most professional sports conversations, but I wholeheartedly hang on to, is the thing that seems to be the most common about players fixing matches, at least professionally, I guess to change this up a little bit, is these are players that are bench players, low-level guys.
Yeah.
If you make below a certain amount, I know this is going to be a pretty egregious name for it, but why not just have a no gambling bonus? Give those players an extra $100K a year. And, when Jonte Porter, most people laugh when they hear an NBA player rigged a game for $50K, but Jonte Porter made $450K that whole year. That's an eighth of his salary in one day.
Yeah.
And if that's what the motivation is, then what are we doing? Why not counteract it?
I mean, isn't that true for all sports?
In what way?
Well, I know in football it's hard to rig, but you can rig football too.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. For Isaiah Rodgers, right? No, there's been instances of players that have been, lower level NFL players that have gambled on stuff.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying is across the board, regardless of whatever sport it is. I was just using Jonte Porter as an example.
Okay.
Just because I truthfully don't know how much Isaiah Rodgers made when he did the rigging thing. I knew how much Jonte Porter made. So yeah, no, I would if the NFL would want to have this, I'm okay with that. If the NHL wanted to have this, I'm okay with that. By the way, who is this big dude with the orange shirt? He looks like one of my neighbors.
They're part of a group called Alpha Academy. So they're all college wrestlers.
Why don't they smash a beer on their head if they're college wrestlers? They're doing it wrong. What are they doing?
It's a PG show.
Oh, we could smash. Coca-Cola could be a sponsor. You could smash a Coke on your head. Pepsi, Dr. Pepper.
Well, I want them to do the Prime bottle because now the WWF is sponsored by Prime.
Oh, are they really?
Yep.
God, I've never had one of those before.
Oh, I have one. It's just horrible.
I'm just not much for any.
I don't know how kids can drink that stuff.
I mean, it's the same thing. People like used to drink Monsters and stuff like that before school, right? It's all the same thing.
Yeah, that's true. Me,
Or,
I'm an
hell,
addict. I'm an addict of Red Bull. I need my Red Bull.
oh God, I haven't had that in a minute. Oh man.
Yeah. But yeah, getting back to Tree, I know you can't tell everything in detail, but what is he working on? I want to get the first scoop.
Well, I worked on him recently with the NFL Haters Guide video for the 2020 draft. I was the guy who found the Ben Bartich shake.
Oh,
Yeah, that was fun telling him because I actually know a former D2 football player, and he told me when I told him about the Ben Bartich shake, he told me about I think it was a defensive or offensive lineman that before he would weight lift, he would eat a cup of cottage cheese and then immediately go work out. And that sounds painful. Protein load, I guess, but that sounds painful. Oh, wow, the Knicks just won.
Did they really?
In Boston. Yeah, they just won in Boston.
What's the score?
Knicks won 108-105.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, yeah, this reminds me. I pulled it in my bag of tricks, and we'll have to talk, but I did get a former New York Jets reporter for, I believe it was Sports Illustrated is the entity that he worked for, to come on and talk to you about just being a sports, like making it in sports media if you want.
Oh, man, that's great, dude.
Yeah, so we can talk after and I can email you, or you send me an email or whatever so I can have your email. But yeah, I'll put you into contact with that guy. It won't be. He's not free tonight. He's busy with some.
Yeah.
But he used to his most recent. Well, okay, he's done a bunch of radio stuff, but he covered the New York Jets for 2 years. He used to cover the Seattle SuperSonics. He used to cover the we were just talking about this on the phone. He used to cover the New Jersey Nets back when they were in New Jersey. So he's been in the industry for 30-something years.
Okay.
But as far as like talking to athletes and, next questions and stuff like that, he'd be better than me because he's been in the industry since the 90s. So, So there you go. I got that for you.
Oh, man. You know what, dude? I really appreciate that.
You're welcome. I don't have a lot of pull, but I do have some pull. I just don't really talk about it.
You have more pull than I do.
I got very lucky. I did an internship for this guy during the pandemic. He did a show. It was a couple months. He did a show with him and a former NBA player.
Okay.
And that's how I met him. Still, I mean, me and him are still friendly. I still like the NBA. I'm keeping them quiet because I don't want to give away who your next guest is going to be yet, right? Especially to make sure if the times work out and all that. But they're both nice. Seth is cool. Seth and I have kept in contact all these years, so must mean something. Oh shit! I said the name.
Yeah, but nobody paid attention.
And I didn't say anything else other than just the person's first name, so we're okay from there. But so
okay.
I did that. So there you go. Here, how much? Can I ask a silly question? Just because I don't, unlike the NBA and the MLB, I don't understand the timing of wrestling at all. How far in are we to this Raw? Are we like at the halfway, like the halftime? Where are we at in here?
Well, in the WWE, they don't have halftime.
Howdy, Chiefs fans. Welcome on in.
Monday Night Raw.
I know it's not really like a halftime, right? But there's like a set of like 5 or 6 matches throughout the night, right?
Yeah. And then there's like promos they do. And Monday Night Raw used to be a 3-hour show on the USA Network, but people were getting too tired of 2 hours, the 3 hours,
Yeah, I would
so
say.
they just cut it to 2 hours.
Okay, so we got about 30 to 40 minutes left in the show
Yeah.
then? Or left in the row?
And
Okay.
today's
not too
main
bad.
event is going to be for the heavyweight championship between Seth Rollins and Jey Uso.
Is Pat McAfee going to be in this one?
Yeah, Pat McAfee has a match. Not tonight.
Oh,
He
I
has
was
a
about to
match
say.
He has a match on Saturday night.
He actually got started. What do you know about Pat McAfee getting his start in media, actually?
I don't know. I know he was a punter for the Indianapolis Colts.
Right. So
I think
McAfee,
he retired. He started like a podcast.
yeah, literally he had like a webcam and a shitty mic.
Yeah.
And literally that's how he got started. And so the radio station I was a part of for nearly a decade, there was a long-standing show, like a 10-year plus running show.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess this will just show you how long ago this was. They were like, hey, we want to talk to the brand new rookie, Andrew Luck. We want to have him come on the show and all that. And the Colts PR person said, actually, there's somebody better. And the station said, what? And they said, have you met the kicker? Have you heard of the Colts kicker, Pat McAfee? And they said, because it was like 2010 or 11, they go, no. Like we know of him, but we haven't met him. And then they he came on a couple different shows within that radio station, and that is how he built up his following. And then he went from there doing local Indianapolis radio to Barstool. And then everything happened with Barstool, and now he's doing his own. I believe technically it's still his own. It's just he sublets out to ESPN.
Oh yeah, he does sublease to ESPN. But
so while he does not know who the hell I am, and while he will never know who the hell I am, technically, Pat McAfee and I a decade ago were a part of the same radio show.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
But he has no idea who I am. There's no way in hell. I was a high school intern. There's just, yeah. But, yeah. So it's been interesting to see him come from,
Yeah,
look, there he is right there.
Now he's making bank.
And he's always said, he always has said nice stuff about Tree. I'm not sure if you've seen that video, but yeah.
Oh, really?
Chiefs fan, that Raw channel, that's actually on, that's Playboy that's on. That's a few clicks down on the TV remote. But they don't have any clothes on the Playboy channel. I can guarantee you that, Chiefs fan.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think those channels still exist in the modern era?
No.
Okay, actually, hold on. True story. So I've had, not just working in media, but I've had a bunch of different jobs. And so one of the jobs I did was I sold furniture 6 days a week on purely commission. You're welcome, Chiefs fan. That's channel 696 for the Playboy channel. You'll get there.
You even know the number of the channel?
Yeah, I mean, it's 696. Why would it be anything else? So this would have been 2020, okay? But he was still buying pay-per-view dirty material through like Comcast. Like $5 or $10 per pay-per-view, which blows my mind that people even 5 years ago were still doing that.
Why?
He was not right. So you're on the right track. He was in his 40s, I want to say, and he was not very tech savvy. Correct.
Wow.
Yeah, so he would, 6969. You're close. 6969.
Yeah.
That's you got about a few 4,000 something clicks until you get there. And you're gonna need that thumb, my guy. So I'd recommend using a different finger.
Man,
I can't believe I'm filling in for Kenton. He must be very proud that I'm coming on here with a Pacers hat and I'm making fucking Playboy watch porn or pay-per-view jokes like 20 years after they were funny. Did you ever watch so I've never seen, I guess you should clarify. I am young enough where I never have purchased like a nudie mag or anything like that. But yeah, no, I just barely missed that cusp. I've never purchased one. But
wow.
you never see him anymore, right? I remember seeing them at the gas station when I was like a teenager. But I was too young to be purchasing those.
Wow.
Yeah, so I can't. Yeah, I can't believe we just talked about what we just talked about.
I remember those days, me and my friends, when we were like in junior high. we would ask somebody that goes into the gas station, if we give you money, would you go get us a magazine? And they're like, okay.
Oh hell, I guess the statute of limitations is out on this. Hell, I technically bought cigarettes once at 17. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
I would never do that again, but, well, I guess I can. I'm way older than that now, but that was cool to say that I went to that gas station. They sure as shit didn't check my ID. My state's a little backwards. Technically, for a long time, you could be 18 and buy tobacco. You had to be 18 to buy tobacco, right? But in my state, technically you could use tobacco if you were over the age of 16, which means if a cop caught you with like a patch of chaw and you were 17, they couldn't do anything to you. True story.
Seriously?
Yeah, that was like 10 years ago that was still true. Yeah, I knew kids that used to chew tobacco in school. Sounds like horrid. Yeah.
No. No oil matches. There's no oil matches here.
You know, Vince McMahon's son, I can't remember if it's his grandson, played college football, like D1 college football.
Yeah.
Jack McMahon or something.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think he's doing now? Do you think Jack McMahon is involved in the company business?
Well, right now, Vince does not own WWE anymore.
Right. Oh, that's right. So who does own it?
TKO. I forgot his name, but the guy that owns the UFC, Dana White.
Oh, Dana. Yeah, Dana. I have a thick neck White. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, he's the owner now. Well,
that makes sense.
Owner. He owns half of it with The Rock, the Dwayne Johnson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he owns that.
So The Rock owns that and the UFL.
Yeah.
Right? So The Rock owns everything?
Yep.
Yeah, but Chiefs fan went to high school, I'm pretty sure, in the 1780s. So that's different.
1780s?
Yeah, teachers would smoke with the students back then.
Yeah,
in fact, if you had a high school education in 1780, you were solving like world problems back then. You might as well have gone to Princeton if you had a high school degree in 1780, man.
Yep, you would. You really would.
Chiefs fan, what was it like to cross the River Trenton with George Washington? What was that like?
Oh, I would love to hear that story.
I'm not doing a good job. We had one guy leave because we're not reading chat, and then the one person who chats we are reading, I'm calling 300 years old. I'm not doing a good job at this at all.
No, you actually usually need subscribers right now.
You got a subscriber out of that? Good. I don't know why they did, but thank you.
I don't know why they did either.
Maybe it's just Kenton making bot accounts to make us feel better. I'm just gonna go with that until I know any different.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
You don't do that to Pat McAfee.
Do you think Pat McAfee has a Zen in right now? Probably.
What do you think?
I don't know. McAfee is very interesting. I like him as an entertainer. There's certain things about him that I think
Yeah, he is.
tired, but yeah. Like the whole Aaron Rodgers thing that he has him on every Tuesday and lets him kind of say with impunity kind of whatever is just eh. I think it's kind of meh content, truthfully. I don't understand why it's so like big. In fact, right? Sports changed, right? Where it went from like people on the TV who were like storyteller types, right? To now it's athlete dominated narrative, which I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I think balance is needed.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right about that.
So people like me are just kind of like hiding in the shadows, you know?
So have you talked to Tree about that whole maybe Aaron Rodgers is gonna sign with the Pittsburgh Steelers?
I'm still waiting for him to go be TJ Watt out in public. That I think will be absolutely a fantastic time. Yeah. He's got that, and he's got the OnlyFans, right? So he's got a couple of things he's got to figure out too. But for Aaron Rodgers, you just don't know, right? Kabuli's going to say whatever Kabuli's going to say to get attention. I trust it after a certain point.
I mean, that's weird, man. He's out there.
He's just...
He's like a modern day hippie.
Here's my theory about him overall. That he spent his entire life working in a field where everybody could be critical of him because everybody claims to be a Monday morning quarterback, right? So that's all that he's been used to his entire adult life. So if that's the case, where that is the only thing he's been predisposed to, why are we to think that his attitude towards how anything else and works in life will be the same or be different? If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, you can see it that way.
Yeah. Jay's OnlyFans. Jay, you have an OnlyFans? What? How am I just learning about this now? Wait a minute.
That's my day job.
Oh, that's your... Jesus. That's your... Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Well, it's daytime out there from the looks of it, so... Sounds like you haven't gotten off the clock yet here.
No, it's 7 o'clock and the main event is about to start.
That dude's that dude's nipples could cut glass.
And why
that's
are you
John
looking?
Cena. That's who that is.
Why are you looking at his nipples?
Dude, he's shirtless on my screen. I don't know what's happening. I'm just watching, so like I feel like I'm part of whatever's happening on the stream right now. I the last time I watched wrestling before this, I think I was 12. So it's been like I'm trying to even think of who the hell else like the last time I watched it.
You tell me what name wrestlers do you know?
Okay, so like John Cena, right? The Rock, I recognize The Rock. Triple H is a name that somehow rings a bell to me.
Okay.
Crap.
I mean,
I don't have any idea.
You don't know.
Those are like... No, what? Sorry.
Maybe you're young, but I'm hoping you know who Hulk Hogan is?
I know Hulk Hogan. Okay, yeah, of course. I know who like Hulk Hogan is. Yeah, but okay, the Iron Sheik.
Yeah. Macho
Yeah, but
Man.
it's just so funny, right? Because I'm such a big basketball and baseball guy and a little bit of football
Yeah.
that it just my knowledge is so it just dwarfs, right?
Yeah, back in the 80s, no, back in the late 80s and 90s, you would get some of these NBA players go on wrestling shows. Back in the day, I remember it was Dennis Rodman. He also wrestled a match.
Did Marquise Johnson ever come to one of these matches?
Yes.
Marcus Johnson did? Wow. Otis Thorpe. Was Otis Thorpe at any of these?
No, I don't think.
Rodman, I know Rodman definitely did.
Yeah, Rodman was.
Rodman for sure did. Well, that's interesting. I guess it makes sense because Rodman did, but I didn't know of anybody else who. Wayman Tisdale? No, Wayman Tisdale would probably have never done anything like that.
And there was a big name, but I forgot his name. But he was the tag team partner with Jay Leno.
Oh.
It was Jay Leno and Dennis Rodman versus Diamond Dallas Page, and I forgot the other guy. He was a big cop.
Like an NBA player?
Yeah.
Do you have any other clues about him besides that? Not Jorge Murasan, right?
No.
Not
This is
Manu
back
Bol.
in the late 90s. I think he played for the Mavs.
Oh, that would have been Sean Bradley.
Yeah, the name doesn't ring a bell, but
Well, I'm trying to think. Sean Bradley was that big. If you ever seen Space Jam, the big white guy that the Monstars take the guy's power
yeah,
from.
no, it wasn't a white guy. It was like a African American.
You said he played for the Mavericks?
I think it was the Mavericks or Magics. One of
James
those.
Donaldson, Tree Rollins, Kevin Willis.
Let me look it up.
Antoine? No, it wouldn't have been Carr. Oh man. Yeah, I got no idea, Jay. I'm trying to think.
I'll look it up another day and tell you about it.
We should have Chiefs fan come on and talk about his appearance in Green Acres as the donkey. I bet he could do a really good Shrek and donkey impersonation.
Hey, I used to love that show.
Gilbert, yeah. What about? Why are you talking about Gilbert Arenas in that story? Why? Yeah, we all know that happened with Gilbert Arenas. Yes, that most certainly Gilbert Arenas. Wait, Tater, is that your only NBA story that you have?
That might be the only thing you have. So,
that'd be incredible. It's like I don't know much about basketball, but I do know that Gilbert Arenas brought some guns in before it came.
Yeah.
Oh man, I haven't listened to his podcast. Actually, I should probably give it a try.
All right, Jey Uso is coming out.
All right, so who was this other basketball player? You said it was Ron. You said it was 1980s, right? It was
late 90s, early 90s. Yeah. It was the two guys were Jay Leno and Dennis Rodman. versus Diamond Dallas Page, and I forgot the guy's name.
I think I might have found it. Give me a second.
Hey God, I swear to God, I am gonna go off if Jay Uso loses the belt here.
I see Macho Man Randy Savage and Dennis Rodman Tonight Show on the WCW Road Wild 1999. Oh, was it Karl Malone?
Yes. Yeah. Oh,
So there you go. Yeah, Karl Malone. It was Karl Malone and Dennis Rodman. That's actually quite.
it was a horrible
What do you know?
match.
What do you know about Karl Malone, the man?
Not much.
There's. I'm not sure if you've noticed. So people, over the past decade plus, people in the '90s talked about how great he was, right, and how good of a player he
How
was.
great it was the best.
Have you noticed that? Have you noticed that those conversations have not really been happening? That his name isn't brought up as much anymore in those.
Yeah, why is that?
There's a reason, and I don't know if I should talk about it on stream. That's all I will tell you. But there's a
Well, you
reason.
can tell me after we get off.
Well, it's not just a lot of baby mama's Taterhead, and he's not just pre-post op Malone. Jesus, there's an internet, and all I will tell you is there's Karl Malone got into some hot water for some extremely unsavory things. That is.
Okay.
I guess I should. Yeah.
Okay.
But anyways, yeah, that's crazy that Karl Malone was in a wrestling match of all.
Yeah, you was.
Of all things, right? Like, that's so random. Although
I
there's so much.
I believe he won his first match.
Well, there's all types of weird stuff. It's not wrestling, but like Donald Sterling, who was one of the most miserable human beings to own an NBA team, had at one point in time on his team Bill Walton, who was like one of the most fun-loving types of human beings that ever existed on planet Earth. Rest in peace. So like the dichotomy of a really peaceful, loving guy that does drugs at a Grateful Dead concert versus a rich millionaire real estate magnate. Pretty funny how that works out.
Yeah, pretty.
Trump beat up Vince McMahon on the tariffs. So
I don't want to get into this, but what do you think about Donald Trump? Really?
I don't want to get into this, but what do you think about Donald Trump? I don't want to get into this, but what do you think about Donald Trump? Next question. Next
What do you
question.
think about the tariffs?
I don't know what the fuck to think about the fucking tariffs. Next fucking question. I don't know this Chiefs fan about a urinal and Karl Malone. That's what I would know more than about this.
Oh, wow. Oh.
Come on. We live in an era, right?
And do you think we get monitored by the U.S. government here? And Trump is
Yeah, it's true. Sorry, so what are we supposed to say? We love Trump. Trump's the best. Cough, cough. Wink, wink. Yes. Please don't hang us.
Nice
Just a
job.
talk show.
Nice job renaming the Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America. Let's go.
Yeah, he's certainly made some decisions as commander incompetent. That is for sure. I want to know, why did you just say I was at a urinal and Karl Malone walks in and then you just leave us? What the hell are you doing? What type of psychological between being asked about Trump and this? What type of psychological warfare is going on? What is
Man, where is my live chat go to?
I don't know here. What did Marshawn Lynch say? I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Yeah, I'm just here so I don't have to get fined. I don't want to.
I'm here so I'm guaranteed a chance to publicly castrate Kenton about the Bucks here in about a week or so.
Oh,
That's what
well.
I'm here for.
If you want to
He talked all that smack. He said all those things. They have a championship, Caleb, he told me. He said that they're winners.
Hey, he'll be here on Friday.
Oh, I can't wait.
Kenton will be here on Friday, and he has a lot to say. That's what he told me. He has a lot to say about.
Yeah, you ever heard the ring of the Liberty Bell? Yeah, that's what I'm hearing right now. That's what I'm hearing.
So I'm going to give him the whole hour of the podcast.
Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be, you ever heard the song Electric Avenue? It's going to be Excuses Avenue. It's just going to be up and down,
Yep.
back and forth, copium from the great cheese state. He was a bodyguard, right?
Yep.
So he's really good at deflecting.
Yep. But come on, man. Don't take it a little easy on Kenton. He had a rough week.
I'm not. Oh, come on. Look, I understand boundaries. I'm not going to be, I understand when you're talking this, there's certain boundaries you do and don't cross by the human being. Right?
Yeah.
But I will absolutely rip the Milwaukee Bucks. That's an entirely different
Yeah.
That is not off limits. That is.
Well, you can do that.
Yeah, and I hope he feels better or whatever if he gets, once he's done being sick, right? As we talked about, so.
Me, if you want to come on Friday and say something, you're welcome to. I'm just gonna sit back.
You're tempting me with a good time, Jay. You're tempting me with a good time.
If you come on and can take it on, I'm just gonna sit back and get a cup of popcorn and watch the show.
It's going to be the topics are going to be wetter than Lake Michigan. That's for damn sure.
And guys in the chat, it's going to be must-see TV.
Must-see YouTube.
Yeah,
people only watch TV or 65 plus. That'll be the end until next year when the Pacers beat the Bucks again.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it's 2 straight years in a row, right? So let's just keep going. Pacers going to be a 2 seed. Bucks will be a 7 seed next year. Sounds pretty good to me. We'll see what Captain says, but
to you, it does sound good to you.
Sounds really good. After Pacers make the Eastern Conference Finals here when they beat the Cavs in a few game series, it'll be good. I got no complaints.
No complaints at all.
No complaints at all. Hey, Chiefs fan, where the hell did this urinal story go?
I know. Where are you?
It was like an hour and a half ago.
Hey, Chief, where are you? Are you still there, buddy?
What happened to that story?
Are you still there, Tom?
I don't think he's there. He might be.
Yeah. Well,
as they say, sleeping with the fishes.
He goes in and out. So yeah. So you've been working with Chief for a year.
Oh, he's still trying to get to the Playboy channel. You'll get there, man. Don't give up. You have 2 thumbs. So if one gets tired, you just keep going, man. And then you're going to pass like Dane Cook on Comedy Central 45. It's going to be great. Don't get distracted by the Dane Cook comedy special from 2000.
No, wait a minute. I don't know what kind of TV you have. My TV, you can just push the number 666.
Right, but Chiefs fan, we've talked about. He crossed the Delaware River with George Washington. So I'm pretty sure he's using how those old TVs that you see in the museums that have the knobs?
Oh, I still have one of those.
You like the radio dial knob.
Yeah.
Then you and Jay are definitely going to be taking a long time to find that Playboy channel, my guy. We'll get there in due time, but
But
you might break the rotator.
those knobs only go up to channel 13.
I'm not. I guess Taterhead gave you a compliment about being in a magazine. I think. I don't know. I'm not sure what to think of that comment, to be honest with you, man.
Wow. For the sexiest screen. Oh wow.
Shout out Playboy. Is that even still a thing?
No,
in this day
I
and
don't.
age?
What is it?
Let's find out.
I know that guy died.
Hugh Hefner. Yeah, Hefner is no longer with us. So,
Yeah, he has died. So
yeah. So does Playboy Bunny still exist? Yes. I guess the print publication, took a 5-year hiatus and got relaunched in February of this year.
oh really?
There's still, the Playboy Club and the Playboy Mansion are still things. That's crazy. You'd think that, well, especially all the shit that came out with Hefner after the fact, that they would have had some issues paying off everything. But
Yeah.
I'll be damned. Yeah, no, there's seriously, Playboy is still kicking and screaming in the year of our Lord of the OnlyFans.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
This makes me want to smoke weed, but I'm on air, so I really can't do that.
I
In
always
2013, Playboy was cleared by the Pentagon of violating its rule against selling sexually explicit material on military property. But the base exchanges stopped selling it anyway.
wow.
Playboy was banned in Ireland for 36 years.
I don't get that shit. Jay's not in the magazine. He's in the magazine. Really, really, guys. We're really gonna go there.
When you use the costume of the Chiefs, Jesus Christ. It's gone off the rails of this Playboy debate. I shouldn't have brought up the 6969 channel. It's not stopping. It's gonna be Kent and I are gonna be fucking arguing about player rotations, and Chiefs fans gonna come in and be like, I'm on channel 620, 6225. I'm almost there, fellas. I'm going.
Oh my!
I've been at it 18 straight hours, and I'm almost there.
Man.
I got a quarter chub still, if you can believe it. I'm 700 channels away from the Playboy channel.
Wow.
Well, here's the funny part, right? When those did exist, they used to have like 7 different channels each, right? Because it was like Hustler, right? It was other.
Yeah, they did.
Playboy. So I guess we didn't specify which exact Playboy channel is Chiefs fan looking for. Because there's a lot of them, right? It was like, yeah.
And
there was
you know
all
what?
types of creative descriptions. You can use your imagination.
As a kid, we were when I was a kid, I would go to my friend's house to sleep over, right? And back in the day, if you turn into the Playboy channel, you can actually hear them doing it, but the screen is like all scrambled up. But if you get lucky one time, the cable station forgets to turn it off, and it would be off for the whole night. Me and my friends would just put in a tape, record, and record the whole thing for free. It was amazing.
God, the world before internet porn was a different place. Oh my
It was.
God. Wow. You actually used to have to go talk to people in real life. You used to have to make the decision of, I'm going to go to the video store. I'm going to go rent Gone in 60 Seconds, and I'm going to go rent Alexis, Texas, double back shots in fucking Corpus Christi Volume 4.
Oh, man.
Like, you guys used to have to make that decision. That's
Yeah.
crazy to me. They said I couldn't be and play. They said I couldn't be and play Girl Taterhead. KC Wolf costume, but the horse-sized whiner wasn't working for him. Jesus. Jesus, he's got to kill Bassa. Yeah, what do you? Did you ever hear that story about the Chiefs fan? Do you know what I'm talking about at all? So, like, Chiefs Wolf, I believe was the name. They got like into some hot water involving the feds.
Really?
No way you don't know about this. Okay, hang on. Let me make sure I get the name right here. Yeah. So, yeah. So there's a guy, Chiefsaholic. You haven't heard about this?
No.
Chiefs. I know Chiefs fan has. Okay. So Chiefsaholic was this dude who was like dressed all up in Chiefs garb. I believe it was like a wolf, if I remember correctly. Yeah. And was known to be like this big, whatever, like most, big Chiefs fan on social media.
Yeah.
He was arrested and then later convicted of multiple bank robberies and money laundering.
What?
Yeah. Authorities linked him to a series of robberies attempting to steal 800K across the Midwest. He was later sentenced to 17 and a half years in federal prison.
Good Lord.
Yeah, in 11 robberies, he stole 850K from financial institutions across 7 different states in the Midwest.
God damn.
Let's see what I can find him. That's how he afforded to go all the games. Yeah, that's fair. Listen to this. Chiefsaholic pleaded guilty to stealing 70K from a bank in Clive, Iowa. Wearing a ski mask, commanding the bank teller to demand money, indicating he had a firearm as he fled on foot, left behind a black glove and approximately $1,400 and $20 bills in a wooded area near the bank. God, they found his DNA on the fucking glove. Do you think if I were to type in Clive, Iowa right now? Clive, Iowa. This is one of my favorite road trip games. Do you think if I were to go to the famous people born in Clive, Iowa, either of us would know who that human being is?
Not really. I don't think we would.
Clive, Iowa currently is a city of 18,000 people just outside of Des Moines, from the looks of it.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh! Interesting. Okay. Are you a fan of like heavy metal at all?
Kind of.
Okay, so the guitarist of Slipknot is from Iowa.
Really?
Iowa.
I hate that.
They existed. I didn't really like or dislike them. This next one's interesting because it depends upon how nerdy you are. Chris Broussard, I guess, is from Clive, Iowa.
Chris Broussard. Isn't that
ESPN guy, yeah.
Yeah,
I actually worked with him on the show once.
Wait,
What's up?
Hold on, who's coming out? Who's coming out?
Oh shit, who's coming out?
Is
that Big Bird? Why is Big Bird coming out of the ring? What is going on in this WWE match where I'm seeing Big Bird?
Big Bird.
Big Bird. That's who's walking out right now, right? We were talking about Sesame Street earlier, so we're going full circle. By the way, Chris Broussard, I think, left sportscasting to become a preacher, if I remember correctly.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He was if you remember when LeBron left Cleveland the first time, he was like the main ESPN analyst that was covering that back in the day.
Okay.
That was 15 years ago. God,
let me ask you something. What did you think about when LeBron decided to go to the Heat with Love and I forgot the other guy?
Are we talking about back when the Big Three formed with Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, and LeBron James?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will even tell you, we were my mom's. We were on vacation in Washington D.C. I was 14 when that happened. We were on a vacation with my mom's friend, her daughter, and then me, my mom, my brother, and then them two. Me, my mom's friend, and her daughter. On top of some other people. Long story short, so we were eating at a restaurant. So this is 2010, and I didn't have an iPhone yet. So I literally, it was like this big, it was like a restaurant in DC. I went downstairs, and there was like a bar. So I snuck into the bar to watch the decision. I'm 14, and nobody said anything to me. I made a wager. There was a guy who was drunk next to me, and I made a wager with him. He thought LeBron was going to go. Oh, where the hell did he think LeBron was going to go? He thought LeBron was going to go to the Knicks. I made a wager with him that I thought LeBron was going to go to the, at the time, the New Jersey Nets and join Darren Williams. So it was me and this 40-year-old adult watching this, and then it happened. You know,
Yeah.
bye, Chiefs fan. See you later. Don't listen to any
Hey.
Slipknot tonight, or do whatever the heck you want to do.
Chiefs fan.
God, I can't.
Okay, guys. CM Punk hitting anybody with a steel chair.
I want to. The LeBron decision has been phrased and looked at so many different ways, but the only way I can surmise it best is if a 25-year-old came up to you and said, "Hey, look, I know I've lived in my hometown my whole life, and I've given my hometown everything, but I've got a better opportunity in Miami, where I'm going to be making more money, I'm going to be put in a better position to win." In what instance outside of sports do you tell that mid-20-somethings, "You're crazy, don't leave"?
You know,
Every time you tell that, right? So what is the difference between that and what LeBron did? LeBron gave the first, 6 years of his career to Cleveland. LeBron, look, while that, one of the things that gets kind of brushed under the rug is, as much as people made fun of the decision, that did also raise millions of dollars for Big Brothers Big Sisters of Northern Ohio, which is something that, to this day, what other pro athlete has used their free agency decision to raise money for at-risk children?
Yeah.
In his hometown? None. How many times did James Harden do that? Any of the fucking times he got traded or left? What about fucking Kevin Durant? None of those fucking guys. LeBron did.
Mm-hmm.
So, while did he not go about it in the right way? No. But he ultimately won. It worked. It was, of that era that was right at the end of the Celtics being the big three Celtics being good. And they really, people thought it was going to be Derrick Rose. And let's be real, if he didn't tear his ACL twice, it probably would have been Derrick Rose.
Yeah, it would have.
Because people forget how good that, it wasn't just Derrick Rose. He had 3 other All-Stars playing alongside of him in the starting lineup. And a Defensive Player of the Year in Joakim Noah.
Mm-hmm.
I think the NBA has learned a lot. Case in point, you look at a team like the Phoenix Suns that had the modern day Phoenix Suns that had Beal, Durant, and Booker, and look, that's basically how those Heat teams of the LeBron era were built. Were with 3 max guys and then 10 dudes basically on minimum contracts and maybe a rookie guy or two. And it just doesn't work anymore. There's too much talent in the league.
Yeah, there is. Way too much.
So, I hated it in the moment. I thought it was bad for basketball. But little did we know, 5 years after that is really when the best team in basketball history would ever be made. I'll never forget out.
I didn't mind the decision. I didn't like how he did it. He could have just went and not had this whole show. Basically,
but it was how he viewed it as it was either him totally leave Cleveland or him do the TV broadcast and make some money and do some good on his way out. That was kind of how he viewed it, right, wrong, or in between. And
But it doesn't make it right.
that's nah, it doesn't. But there hasn't. It hasn't happened since, right? Regardless of whatever we think about it, it still has yet to repeat itself. Nobody. I guess there was when LeBron went back to Cleveland, there was that magazine spread.
Yeah, but
yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah, totally different animal compared to a half-hour television broadcast at 8
Yeah.
p.m. I can't remember if it was like on a Thursday or something like that.
Nah, it was on Wednesday night. I remember.
Look at you! Wow, I didn't even remember that. I just remember it was prime. It was prime time. It was ESPN was airing it, man. Like,
yeah, it was everywhere.
But that happened, and then the Golden State Warriors with Kevin Durant happened a few years later.
Yeah. That.
I'll never forget. I was doing an assignment, and I was arguing with somebody, an on-air host, about something about the Warriors. I can't remember if it was Warriors Caps 2 or Warriors Caps 3,
Mm-hmm.
but they were just saying all this shit about how the Warriors are awful and they're bad for the league and the league's trash. And
Yeah.
I'm a fairly pragmatic person, just kind of in general. And so this person's saying this shit, and I kind of just looked at him. And in 2010, when Kevin Durant became like the youngest player to lead the league in scoring since a dude named Max Zapsluski in like the late 50s, early 60s.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that name before this instance? Probably not, right?
No.
Okay. So when Kevin Durant did that, Kevin Durant broke a 75-year standing record. Pretty impressive, right?
Oh yeah.
So I looked at this sportscast and I said, look, you can say the NBA's rigged, you can have that view, but I'm going to go enjoy the once in 75-year player join what was before then the greatest team in the league that we will be telling our grandkids about. And the host kind of sat there because, yeah, we are, right? We're talking about how right now I'm talking about how great that team was
Mm-hmm.
a decade later. So, wow, we really got off the rails here. This was supposed to be a wrestling show, and I'm talking about we talked about the 2010s Miami Heat. So I might as well drop a Joel Anthony reference, just so people know that I know what I'm talking about. So shout out Joel Anthony.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
shout out Joel Anthony.
Nah, I mean, it was a wrestling thing, but I enjoyed it.
People have. I got one of the weirdest. I got a compliment the other day that I'm not sure what to do with. I was hanging out with a friend. My buddy that I was with is a sports fan, but his buddy Dale. Let's just call it easy.
Okay.
Dale could give less of a shit about sports in any semblance of the word. So I can't even remember what we were talking about. And Dale looks at me and goes, hey man, look, I want to let you know that I know nothing about sports. I said, okay. Oh, I actually know what we were talking about. And he goes, I will let you know that even though I don't know anything about sports, that the way you just described what you were talking about, I completely understand what the hell you were talking about. You're a great storyteller. And I'm like, thanks, I guess. I didn't expect that. That's kind of you. That was too much. I'm just sitting here talking with a friend about basketball, right? I didn't expect, some guy to be like, yeah. It's weird, man.
Yeah, but I think that's a great compliment if you got that.
It is. I've been doing what I've been doing off and on since I was like 15 or 16, technically.
Yeah.
This is when I started my internship for Fox Sports Radio as a teenager. So, like, I just try not to be, you just want to do it. People that get obsessed with being famous, people that get obsessed with getting their name out there,
Yeah.
those are the wrong way to do it. The thing that kept me going and kept me sane in this field as long as I have been is that I have the most amount of fun. That's how you win.
I mean, you gotta have fun with what you do.
Yeah, like I met people who were miserable talking about sports and stuff,
Yeah,
working in the
yeah,
media,
yeah.
and it's just like those people have kind of lost the way, and yeah, it's very I know a lot of people that used to work in the field I did that have not made the successful switch to YouTube and all that.
Hmm.
So it almost really feels like in some instances that I was mentored by people that will become their modern equivalent of like a silent movie. They were a very big part of media at that time, right? Without silent movies, there would not be a lot of TV, movies, all that shit today, right?
Yep.
But how many silent film actors can you name? I Charlie Chaplin, I think, is one, right?
Yeah, Charlie Chaplin.
And we are talking about the first ever media where humans could watch the story, and we don't even know it.
Yep.
This has been wild, Jay. This has been a wild. Yeah, this has been. I'm not sure what the hell you expected me hopping on, but hopefully I've lived up to some semblance of that. My WWE stream also froze too, so I've been trying to fix that. I don't know. I don't see any wrestlers' nipples anymore. I see an advertisement for Family Feud. So
yeah, the show ended about 15 minutes ago.
smart. We can. I
So,
can bring
yeah.
the entire ending.
So I'm gonna end the stream. Hold on for a second. Don't go anywhere. Thank you, folks, for joining me tonight. I know it was a wrestling thing, but we went a little bit off to the left. But
This was out of left field for sure.
yeah,
Sorry if you were a wrestling fan and wanted wrestling, because that's not what you fucking got in any semblance of the word.
no, but
Not even close.
But for some of you, I hope you guys were entertained. This is all about entertaining you guys. So if you liked it, good.
Good luck finding the Pornhub channel, man. Good luck.
Yep. I will see you probably Friday, guys. So you have a great night and a great week, and I'll see you later. All right, guys. You have a good one.